Welcome everybody to League Zero. I'm Joe Razor, joined here by Abraxas, and we will be bringing you tonight's match in between Geometric and Monarchs.
Yeah, this will be a good game, I'm not gonna lie. This is a rematch from the Wisdom Academy tournament, right? Was this?
I think that's true.
I'm pretty sure this was.
That's not good.
Oh, okay. So, where can I find it? Because I don't know it off the top of my head. Oh, here it is. Okay, so for the map pool, first map is King of the Hill. I'm curious to see. So, they chose Lijiang. Who got map pick? Excuse me. Let me check.
Monarchs. Edinburgh.
Monarchs chose
Lijiang.
So
this
looks
looks like
it's gonna be
our
good.
opening map.
The one player I'm really excited to see is Pog play flex support.
Yeah.
I've heard and seen nothing but good things about him.
Yeah, it was I only watched one match from the Wisdom Academy tournament, and it was one of the Monarchs games, and something I really noticed was how much impact Pog was having on the flex support. So I'm just really excited to see if he can carry what he was showing off in that tournament into the league itself. And just a couple days ago, we got if I'm not mistaken, we got a new patch for the game. So there will be maybe some new comps coming out that we didn't see in these previous tournaments. Not anything too massive in the patch, but a small Roadhog buff that I personally think will have a lot of effect on the meta.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking at both of these rosters, really, I think there's a lot of flexibility between them. I want to say one person on Geo. This is really going to be a battle of the supports because Dason and Pog are both insanely good. Dason was kind of the unsung hero for a lot of the season with Exodus and Flux, and I know Pog. People are always like hyping Pog's brain up that he's some mastermind level caller. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. One thing I'm actually kind of curious about is SD Awesome isn't in the lobby at all for Geo. So they don't plan to play around him, or he's just not here. And that's kind of weird considering they're playing around him a lot in the tournament. Like when I say a lot, I mean like they're basically pumping all of their resources into SD Awesome, which is crazy.
Maybe they're trying to shift to a comp where it's more relying on this teamwork. Now that they've had some more time to build up their team coordination, they don't have to be so reliant on one player like they had to during that tournament. We're just waiting for the readies for both sides to hop into our first map. I wonder if we're going to see any Pharah here on this first map. Pharah is very valuable on Lijiang. But you can practically run her in all 3 points depending on your comp and the other team's comp. But I would be kind of surprised if we didn't see any Pharah here.
I mean, you can play Pharah on Control Center, but you're really like limited because you're forced to kind of play outside and then play ground Pharah. But I feel like Gardens and Night Market, those are really good for Pharah. And I get the feeling we're probably going to see a little bit of it. I think one of the players to look out for on the DPS, that was RQT. He was kind of a showstopper. So I think looking out for him, that will be really nice to see. But we're going in.
Getting into our first match of the Novice division between Geometric and Monarchs here. And we're going to start off on Night Market.
Yeah, Night Market is... I'm curious to see what both both teams are going to run. I'm assuming we're probably going to see some Pharah, some snipers, and instead we see Echo.
I would be surprised if we saw them stay on the Echo, but it's not too crazy to think that we would see that. I assume what we are currently seeing from Monarchs is a bit of a troll. I don't think you would run a Sinfara with the Ryan Zara, but you could. I think Ryan is kind of good in the current meta, but I feel like you would get a bit more value running a Winston. But it is Night Market, so
well, looking at
weird comps can be run here on this point.
Looking at Monarchs, they're looking to play on point. And I feel like a team like Geo are really going to struggle without having this MTP.
They're going to teleport to point immediately and get a very early pick on the Wolfie Sheep and then not trade, get a follow-up kill on the Dice and to really help cap first point here as they're going to, as Merlin does get taken down, but it shouldn't really matter in the end as capture point will unlock and it should be capped over to the Monarchs.
Yeah, Geo really can't do anything with this MTP because Monarchs are just going to sit on point and not allow them to touch. Monarchs really need to either be mirroring them or hoping to get a pick on RQT to engage in, because if they can't get on point, and even if they do get on point, the sim turrets and the FAR on the outside are just going to destroy them. So I'm really curious to see how Geo are going to attack this.
Yeah, they switch over to the Ashe here, so let's see if we can find any value to take down this FAR. As you see a bit of a fight on the high ground, but Tilted Waffle's not going to come out on top. That's a great opening pick. Nothing really shut down the FAR now. As the FAR gets taken out by Wolfie Sheep, Mercy takes him down, and they're going to res Tilted Waffle, but the tank line for Geometric has just been taken down now. Tilted Waffle hits a nice shot, but it's going to be resed back up, and it looks like Monarch should be able to hold on to the point here.
Yeah, I mean, Monarchs are looking really good. Their tank line is, I mean, Geo really can't stand up. That's not really saying a whole lot. I mean, RQT's just getting picks while Tilted Waffle sits on the top.
Looks like they might want to go for a fast engage here. Not really waiting too long to get back up. As they're going to go fast onto the point as a nano comes out for both sides and the shatter gets dropped. It's going to hit, I think that was 4 players, and they're going to get all the kills they need off the back of that. MP's going to find 2 before he gets taken down. What a shatter to open up this point and flip over the cap.
Oof, that res there at the end from Fog was kind of questionable.
Well, it shouldn't really matter because it goes down, gets res will just reset. So
yeah, that was played really well by Geo. So they really used Prince Zexu and that Nano just kind of brute forced their way onto point. And honestly, when Zexu got that shatter, that was the end of it. It was just cleanup for Geo at that point. And now that they have this Reaper set up, he's just going to control the little area as long as Tilted Waffle can put pressure on Ashe. This is looking like Geo's fight, all these ults.
Yeah, Bob's going to get thrown in. It's going to be put in a awkward spot for Monarchs, and they're going to get the kill on the Pug, catch him out of position, and they're going to chuck in the graph on the wall. Very nice grab. He's going to throw it on the inside of the wall to catch the players on the outside. It's allowing him to get some good kills off the back there. I wonder how they communicated that to make sure that in the end he didn't waste his graph. But it's a good fight win for Geometric.
Yeah, now we're seeing an issue where Monarchs, Tilted Waffle can just sit in the back and take shots. So now Monarchs are in a tough place. But they have the Barrage from RQT. This really might be the fight winner, but if Exfil gets the Death Blossom off early, then it's just over.
Yeah, it's going to be... They look like they want to push in fast, then they're just going to pull back. The graph gets thrown in with the Barrage on top. That's 2 kills as RQT. After the Barrage, going to find another one. The Pharah carrying this fight for Monarchs is they're going to cap here in last fight.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good combo setup by Monarchs. I mean, Geo really didn't have a whole lot of counterplay to it, other than, hoping Tilted Waffle got the pick on RQT. But now we're seeing them push in. Looking at Geo's ult economy, it's looking like...
Shattered!
Oh, that shatter!
The Nano was in too late to keep him up, and nobody's able to touch. That's going to be the first point going the way of Monarchs.
Score 0.
Yeah, that was really well played for Monarchs. Once they got point, it was pretty difficult for Geo to get back on. But I mean, that's how you want to play that point. And looking at comps now, we're on Control Center, we're seeing Geo are on the Junkrat, but it seems like, well, are Monarchs actually going to run? Okay, yeah. I was going to say, if Monarchs are actually going to run this far, okay, yeah. Monarchs is playing standard brawl. They want to run right into Geo and just destroy their whole team. Probably cut off a Reinhardt and melt him. Yeah, I mean, Monarchs are just sticking to classic brawl on this point. Geo are using Exfil Symmetra to get out of spawn quicker. But
Tilted Waffle's going to play the Junkrat here, so bit of a difference in between these two comps. That's a decent Mei wall, but they're able to break it down to come back together as a team. A decent anti-nade might buy them some space, and it's going to get them a kill as well. Empty gets traded out, though, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, but I would say that does go in favor of Monarchs. as Monarchs are just going to set up on point here, but Geometric will recontest this, and that kill on the Pog should help a lot. But then Merlin's going to trade out onto the Reaper. This should be a fight win for Monarchs, but don't count them out yet. The Rhinos rejoin, they take down Merlin, but sure, it's traded out. It's a 1-for-1 trade back and forth, and it looks like Geometric will finally not really even fall off here. So they're still going to stay by the point, but the cap does come through for Monarchs.
That was an insanely scrappy fight, and it's still going on. Neither team are really winning the point here. Monarchs are just having it until Geo eventually regroup and come back, which they're going to do right now with the tire.
Monarchs is going to come through, but the graph gets thrown in. Tilted Waffle gets taken down during his tire, but the tire is massive. It gets 2 kills, and the Coalescence on the back to keep everybody else up. And they're going to get the rest of the kills they need. The huge play from Tilted Waffle is going to get them the point capture.
Yeah, that's a huge tire. Really shut down because, Merlin was sitting on Shatter. But, now he's coming back in with it. And looking at Monarchs compared to Monarchs ult bank compared to Geo's, I mean, Monarchs are sitting on 2 fight-winning ults, yeah. I mean, Shatter and May ult, which they pop early, might I add.
Yeah, they pop early, but the Beat's there to try to keep everybody up. A deep pin from... a deep play from the Reinhardt from Geometric's gonna cause them their first casualty here, as the May ult doesn't really find much value, but that Death Blossom sure does. But the Death Blossom from Empty! The 2 kills from the Death Blossom from Geometric, but then the 3-kill Death Blossom from Empty's gonna buy Monarchs the point.
When RQT popped that Blizzard, I do not think Woolly Sheep should have popped Beat. I understand that they beat it, but I mean, Beat really can't save you from May Blizzard since Beat just wears off so quickly. I think
in that fight, in particular, they managed to save a couple players with the Beat. So I would say the Beat wasn't an awful decision, but
yeah, I kind of agree with that statement, but honestly, they probably could have used Cole to keep them up a little bit better.
That's a great May
That
wall.
was a pretty fantastic May wall.
Isolated and pinned.
Yeah, now
the graph on top. They commit the nano. The graph made sense, but I'm not too sure about the nano. But
yeah, that was a really questionable nano. I mean, looking at Geo's ult bank, they're probably just. I mean, Monarchs are just playing to hope that Merlin hits the Shatter. So, I mean, they have nothing else to work with.
Nano graph. What a play! He finds a triple kill with the tire and then finds 2 kills with the rest. He's going to find the 5k Tilted Waffle. Comes up huge for his team once again. The 2 team fights they've won have come off the back of these huge tires.
That's just the value you get off of Junkrat Control Center. It's such a tight map. I mean, he can just shoot those bombs and charge up those Junkrat tires so quickly. So, that was a pretty decent May wall.
Yeah, the Blizzard comes through on top. The Coalescence, though, is going to keep...
Shoot Shatter!
The Shatter!
He gets 4.
Found 4 players. My game froze for a second, so I wasn't able to catch. It's unfortunate, but it looks like a good anti-nade may be able to turn the tide of this fight, but it doesn't look like it will matter. The Shatter may have been big, but it's not big enough, and they're just going to get the cleanup.
Yeah. That Shatter was huge, might I add. But they got nothing with the May ult, which really was unfortunate, because they were really hoping to win that. So now they're in last fight territory, and looking at ult economy, it's really looking like Geo, if they play their ults right, will really just roll this.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to push on the point fast, but that's a great kill onto Empty to open everything up. The Riptire finds one, but the pin from Merlin does find Basin. The B comes out from both sides now as they're going to find on point. The Death Blossom gets dropped on top. It's going to find one as Wolfie Sheep finds a kill on a Merlin, and this is just cleanup now. We're going to a 3rd point here on Li Jiang.
Geo really, both of them had a really solid brawl, but when it mattered most, Tilted Waffle and Xful always came in clutch. That was a really good map to watch, actually. Both teams played really well.
Yeah, it really came down to who had the bigger ultimates. As we're going to come over onto our final point here on Li Jiang. I always forget what this one is called, and I feel really stupid for not knowing it.
I think this is, You're right. I don't know what this one's called. We're just gonna call it
Gardens.
tower. Gardens.
Garden.
I was gonna call it tower math, but it's got. Thank you, Akari.
I always
Uh,
called tower.
3.
Yeah, same. Calling it tower now is the meta. Looking at comps,
Very different.
Geo are
on both sides.
Geo are going full dive, while Edinburgh are kind of playing this double bubble mix. So I'm really curious to see how this is gonna work.
Ooh, they're
Yeah,
going to the
Empty just got destroyed.
Yeah, Empty just got destroyed from the sticky bombs and burst down, and then Merlin soon to follow. Decent sleep on to Exu, but it shouldn't matter, as they're just going to be able to cap as RQT goes off the edge, but first cap for...
Empty getting picked that early really just spelled downfall for Monarchs, which I mean... But I mean, honestly, Geo are looking pretty solid. This Echo pick, I was really confused at it at first, but I mean, Echo can literally just melt Pharahs with ease, even with a pocket, so I definitely understand it, because they're definitely expecting. But Exfil has this Pulse Bomb. Wonder who he's going to go for. Probably someone in the back line. If I had to
As you
guess.
see, they're going to contest the point now. No one's have been committed yet. And then the pulse bomb gets thrown. It's not going to stick anybody, but it does get the kill as X-Fuel finds 2 kills now. Make that 3. The res comes through, but it shouldn't really matter. As a good sleep onto him, it will be able to take him down, but with only 3 players alive, they're not going to be able to do much, as they're going to be able to 40% geometric.
Yeah, Exfil there, getting that 3K. Really got them to point. I was curious to see if Geo were just going to push into the spawn, make the decision, but no, they opted to be smart. Very good play from them. But looking at Edinburgh Monarchs, looking at actually both ult economies coming from both these teams, this will really be a fight where they'll just start throwing ults, hoping to make something work. I mean, there's really no issue with that at all. But, oh! Tilted Waffle gets the change onto RQT really quickly.
Nanos come out from both sides now, as on the point Dragon gets taken out. The duplicate Barrage comes out, doesn't find any kills, but his team is finding the kills to back him up as X-Bull finds 2. The self-destruct, it looks like it was to stay into his mech, and it gets the kill into RQT. It's a very clean fight for Geometric.
Yeah, Geo are really looking like the better team on this point. Monarchs just kind of confused, but I mean, looking at Monarchs' ult economy, they're hoping to win this next fight off of it. They need to be playing for this Barrage grab combo.
Yeah, they're going to get onto point initially. The Death Blossom gets trapped and they manage to find one. The Graph gets eaten. Oh no, that could be massive as the Barrage comes through, doesn't find any kills, and Empty gets traded out. The Pulse Bomb gets thrown in and doesn't find any kills as Wolfie Sheep goes down and Church gets demeched. RQT finds 2 as the res comes through onto Empty, but they're trading back now as X-Fuel and Princess Zoo find 2 kills, but it shouldn't matter in the end. They made it close, they made it competitive, but Monarchs are going to flip over the point.
Yeah, I mean, RQT there at the end getting those 2 picks that they needed. But I mean, Monarchs really, like, that was really a scrappy team fight from them, and now looking, they have neither side really has any ults coming into this. Tilted Waffle's probably going to build up this... Oh, Tilted Waffle's probably going to build up this duplicate before going into next fight. But I mean, this is really looking like Geo are set to take it back. Curious. I don't know if the early pile drive. He has mines. He's looking probably to zone them off here.
You see the duplicate's going to come through, so they're going to have double Diva pushing into the point here. As the mines comes out, try to deny this push, but the duplicate can kind of just eliminate the mines. While the mech does get taken down, it doesn't really matter. They're just going to buy space onto the point, but the kills come through. And so while it may have been a cute play to use the duplicate for that, it's not going to win them the fight.
I mean, now looking at it, Monarchs really are in the ult advantage going into this next fight. I mean, Dason will have his Nano for Geo, but I don't... they're probably going to just Nano print Zexu, and he's probably just going to brute force his way in. But I mean, looking at this next team fight, it's really looking like it's going to go Monarchs' way. I mean, Dragon has really been just sitting on this beat for like 2 fights. I don't know if you've noticed, but they're really being conservative on when they want to pop this beat.
Yes, they're gonna nano the Winston. Here's the Barrage get dropped in the back. Takes Church, who is somehow out of mech. The bomb, though, from the Grave manages to get the kills. They're going to res comes through from both sides. As Princess XU finds 1 kill with his Primal Rage. As the bomb comes through, doesn't find anything. A poop from the Coach Gun's going to send Empty off, but it's also going to send X-Fuel off himself. On the point now, there's around a 4v4 now for both sides. The kills are coming through for Monarch, but that's 2 kills to trade out the beat.
They finally pop it.
They finally pop beat in what looks like could be a very crucial moment as Tur gets the mech. It looks like Monarchs might make a 99 to 0 comeback here, as they're gonna get the kill on the Tur. They're gonna drop the mines onto the point. Death Blossom in the back from Empty to clean everything up. That's 2 kills. It's gonna get a 3rd as well. And now it's just the Racky Ball, and Gak gets taken down, and Monarch are gonna take the first map in the series.
Victory.
Honestly, shout out to Monarchs for being so patient with that beat. They waited until the exact moment they needed it, and they popped it. I was so confused why for 2 to 3 fights they were just holding it, but when they really needed the beat most, it was there. So shout out to them for being conservative with that beat. That was a really smart move.
Yeah. Some very smart plays and good play from both sides here, as we're gonna wait for the map pick, and so we can try to get into our second map, of the series between Monarchs and Geometric. See that first map? While Monarchs did win it, for most of the time it felt like Geometric were the better team.
Yeah, I mean, they're at the end, or that final map, up until Monarchs took the point, it was really looking like Geo were the more solid team. They looked like they were way more coordinated. Their DPS are really popping off when they needed. But at the end, when Monarchs really needed to clutch up the most, they did. And I really think Monarchs' tank line is really unsung heroes. Vespa King is crazy on that Zarya. And Merlin is a really good Reinhardt. So, I mean, shout out to Monarchs' tank line. They were really clutched up. They were really good. And obviously, MT was hitting those huge Death Blossoms when they needed them, just getting value, while RQT was just shooting from the high ground on Pharah. Pog was getting pretty decent nades. But I mean, just I'm still crazy to see that pure patience from Dragon, or a Dragon. I'm gonna call them Dragon. With that beat, that was crazy patience, because I mean they had it when they needed it. And I mean, Geo's tank line are really good too. Their DPS line is also insanely solid. I still don't know. I would like to see SD Awesome in, if they are gonna play him, because I kind of feel like SD Awesome would have really worked there.
Yeah,
Because as far oh, my bad. Sorry, you can go.
I was gonna say he's not even in the lobby, so it doesn't even appear he is an available option for Geometric to play. So,
Oh man, it probably would have shut down RQT's far the whole time. That final map, though, I'm just going to keep coming back to it. I mean, Geo looked really, really coordinated until they needed to look coordinated. When they needed to win those final fights, they looked so confused, which really hurt them. But besides that, Geo were looking really good that final map. And if they can put up a performance like that for the rest of the game, I mean, they should have no real issue taking the next 3 maps.
Real quick for stream stuff, Tifa, if you go to options, go to sound, and then towards the top
everybody. Bit of a technical issue, but we are here for getting ready for our second map of the series, which is going to be Temple of Anubis. Of course, chosen by Geometric, and Monarchs have chosen the defense here. So Geometric will get their first go at the attack.
I'm assuming Geo are probably going to come out on the dive attack. That or they're just going to run straight brawl, and they're probably looking to run double bubble or dive, especially on a point like this. Temple of Anubis is a really good map for defenders, so I'm curious to see what Monarchs are going to come out with. If I had to guess, they're probably going to be looking to play brawl, but who knows? We might see some one trick wonder comp with playing Treehouse. Nope, they're just running the dive defense and dive on the attack coming up from Geo.
We're going to see the Pharah defense. I wonder what Empty is going to opt to run here. It's going to go on the Reaper. So I don't know if I like the Reaper Pharah defense here. The Pharah pick I'm fine with, but I'm not too sure about the Reaper.
When you're playing Reaper against dive, Empty really needs to either be looking to melt Prince Zexu or harassing the enemy backline. So I'm curious to see how he's going to exactly play this point. I'm pretty sure they're probably just going to try to melt the enemy Winston. But I'm really curious to see Monarchs play this dive defense. Like, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
They're almost running a mirror here, except they're going to have the Ash to try to take out this Pharah. So very similar comps from both sides. As what? RQT takes down Tilted Waffles before the game even starts. So they're going to get the rest, though, so not too much of a delay on this attack. Another pick in the back. Wolfie Jeep gets taken down. RQT is just harassing the back so well. Empty gets taken down, though, from Tilted Waffles. And this could go either way here. But they're going to fight over this point now. Winston's going to be forced off it, and Blip gets taken down from RQT. The Winston's here fighting on this plateau. As it's going to be first fight. Kind of one for Monarchs.
Yeah, I was worried seeing that Geo were going to be running the Pharah and MT was going to be on the Reaper. I thought that was going to be a handicap. But, I mean, RQT, he's just really taking control of this game. He was like, okay, I guess I'll just be anti-Pharah. I mean, RQT is really fragging. Setting up for the sneaky barrage, I assume.
The Nano's going to come through onto the Winston. RQT is going to drop the barrage. Not going to manage to get any... He's going to manage to get one kill, but it's not going to be enough as a bunch of kills come through for Monarchs, as basically just shredded the front line very quickly, and then they just kind of proceeded to take down the rest of the team. And they're going to cap first point here. It took them 2 minutes, but they're going to do it in the end.
Yep, that's all that matters. That Nano and Prince Zexu really allowed them to get that value. I was pretty scared on RQT Pop Barrage, but I mean, he really got the mercy. Oh, okay, the cap. Yeah, that Nano on Prince Zexu really opened the door for them to push in and take that fight win. And, I mean, MT is still only 50% to Reaper ult. I do not think they're getting the value they are necessarily wanting from the Reaper play.
Yeah, the Reaper doesn't seem to be gaining a ton of values. They're going to throw the Bob and the Winston onto the point. The Winston's going to get forced off, but the Bob can stay there. The Nano comes through for Blip. It's going to get a one kill before he gets taken down from a nice headshot from RQT. And multiple kills come through now from the Monarchs as this great focus fires. Prince Zexu is going to find 2 kills. RQT does take down Blip, so this may be turnable here, as this is a huge advantage for the defenders due to how close their spawn is. RQT's going to find another kill. He's really trying to single-handedly carry this fight. The
bomb from Vespaki.
1.3! What a bomb! Vespi finds 3 with the bomb, and they're going to manage to hold on to the point. And not even a tick gets capped.
That bomb from Vespaki really just... It sealed the point for them. That was crazy. I don't really know about that Nano there at the end, though, on Merlin. I kind of feel like that was wasted. I understand they're looking for stall, but curious to see how they're going to play this. Because, I mean, looking at Geo has a lot of ults, by the way. They have a ton of ults compared to...
Bom gets thrown onto points, not going to find any kills, but it's going to force all of Monarchs back onto the point. The bomb's going to get thrown in as RQT gets taken down immediately. Prince Zexu's going to find 2 kills, make that 3 with this Primal Raid. Tilted Waffle's going to find 1. And it looks like this should be... I said this last time, but this time I feel more confident in saying this. This should be a cap here. They're trying to get this first tick because there's 7 people on the point for Geometric. Wolfie Sheep gets taken down, but Dragon gets traded out. Merlin here on the point with the Wrecking Ball is going to try to find some of these. He's going to drop the Death Blossom, but it's going to find 2, and that should be enough to hold. And it looks like it's not going to even be a tick capture. Once again, a beautiful fight setup, and just no cap.
Yeah, MG getting that Death Blossom really secured the defense, but you gotta feel bad for Geo. They're investing a lot of resources and are getting 2CP'd really hard. Like, they're getting 2CP'd so hard. Please, Blizzard, fix 2CP. But, I mean, comparing, neither teams really have any ults going into this next fight. So this is probably just going to be a dry fight. If any ults are popped at all, that's assuming that one team does.
So Winston, Prince X's going to fall very low, but Pog's going to get taken down. So that's a good opening pick as Churd's going to find 2, as Empty's going to get taken down. Prince X's going to get the nano as the bomb's going to get thrown, and he found 3 last time, but this time he's not going to be able to find anything. Churd's bomb, however, is going to find a kill. And it just looks like, I've said this twice, but this time it should be a cap for Geometric here. So Bob's going to get thrown and try to help clean things up.
Just not call it too soon. They might get 2CP'd again. RQT is still here to contest this point.
Pog with a
Exactly what
decent
he's...
move. They're going to get the tick, so more progress than they've made before. That's a stall. Here's going to be
Pog
good
gets
once
a
again,
hit.
as that's a kill from Pog.
And
On to
A-Dragon's
Mercy.
coming back with Coalescence to contest this point. Yeah, they're probably just going to pop it, yeah. No, they don't even need to, I don't
They
think.
don't need to, but it looks like they might be able to hold on to that. They're gonna be able to hold on to this without committing their Coalescence or their Death Blossom. Now it's only 50 seconds. They had 4.5 minutes coming into this point. Now it's just been brought down to 40 seconds.
Geo just keep getting 2CP'd, man. That really sucks for them. RQT is also really clutching up on this Tracer, contesting point and surviving when they need them to. And now, I mean, looking at the ult economy, it's pretty even if I'm being honest. But I'm curious to see. Geo are probably just going to nano print Zexu to just get their way on point and just pressure the supports.
Oh, good pulse bomb. Oh, an immediate pickoff, and they're gonna try to follow up with the Death Blossom, but he's gonna get caught overextended as the nano comes through onto Prince Zexu, so he's gonna be able to contest the point here. They're gonna try to take down the Moira, but he's gonna manage to get out alive. He gets killed.
Pog gets killed for the beat.
Pog's not able to get the beat off as he gets taken down. The bomb gets thrown in. Tilted Waffle finds 2 with the dynamite, and a 3rd with the bomb. And RQT wins the Tracer 1v1 on the blip, so maybe this is turnable in the end. They've done it before, they're looking to do it again as Empty's going to get taken down. Pog contesting here with this Lucio as there's 4 players back. Make that 5 for Monarch. The remech comes through from Church, so he's going to be able to stay in this mech. No kills yet for either side as it's basically a 6v6, but Church gets demech. Empty's going to get a kill onto the Baby Diva, and this looks like they're going to be able to hold once again. This is the 4th time one of these situations has come up, and Geo has failed to capitalize on these great initial attacks here onto this point.
2-1. Switching sides.
What a defense
Yeah,
from Monarch.
for real, Geo just kept getting 2CP'd over and over and over again, which really sucks for them. They've got to be feeling bad about that. But, I mean, you can't really dwell on it too long, you know? They just got to set up for this next defense and hope to full hold. RQT on that Tracer, they're really the unsung hero, just surviving when he needed to, getting picks, pressuring the back line. I mean, it was crazy. You know, that last point when Paul got killed before popping the beat, I was like, there's no way. Geo are definitely going to capture. But nope. Monarchs just played the respawns well, and they survived. And of course, are they going to actually play this? I mean, Merlin wasn't looking that bad on the wrecking ball. I'm not going to lie, he's looking pretty solid on it. So I wouldn't doubt if they do end up playing this.
Yeah, I just think the Winston just provides more value than the wrecking ball. So, well, I think you have to be so good at wrecking ball to manage to get value out of him. I don't think it's worth it. But maybe all along, Merlin has been working his wrecking ball, but no, he's going to switch over to the Winston. I like flip on this Junkrat here. I think this Junkrat on this defense could find a lot of value here, denying some of these aggressive pushes.
Without a doubt. And RQT is pushing up to the left with the rest of Monarchs. Yeah, they're playing against a Junkrat pushing left. They're about to just get shredded.
Yeah, they're just gonna get shredded. What?
No,
never mind. I don't know if they're gonna be able to res it. He's gonna swoop and he's gonna get the res off barely. Woolly Sheep's gonna get the res, but Zexu gets taken down from Empty. RQT gets traded out, but Blip gets taken out for the second time this fight. Looked like it would have been a great play, but Monarchs managed to identify what their win condition was and really capitalize, and it was to take down Blip there. So I would say it was a very good, just coordination-wise, just very good play from Monarch, as Vepsi King's going to find 2 on the cleanup here. And this will be a first point cap after they just kill some of these stragglers from Geo. That's who gets one. Shouldn't really matter. And yeah, there he goes. He gets taken out his first point cap with around 50 seconds more than Geo had.
Yeah, RQT getting that early pick on Blip on the Junkrat really sealed it for Monarchs. Because had they not, I mean, Monarchs could have just, or Geo just could have lobbed mines at Monarch's tank line and destroyed them, but that pick really worked out for them. And now Monarchs are pushing into this next fight with nearly 5 ults. So, nearly 6 ults, my bad. Compared to Geo's. Geo is coming up on 3. So this is looking like it's going to be all Monarchs. And RQT is sneaking in.
Let's staying on this Junkrat. This is a very aggressive dive from Monarchs. They're looking to get some kills, but the defensive nano boost onto Zexu is going to keep him up. The bomb gets thrown and it's going to take down Empty. It's going to find huge. But it shouldn't. But I don't think it's going to really matter in the end because of the fact that they are on this attack, and the bomb has found 4 kills in this fight. It may have been a big self-destruct, but because of the fact that they were on this attack, it's not really going to matter in the end. Nice play to add to your highlight reel, though.
How did Monarchs... Oh, wait.
Hello.
What?
That looked like it was all Monarchs, and they lost that. What?
There was 2 kills initially from Tilted Waffle from the bomb. It kind of got pushed out of the kill feed from the bomb from Vepsi King. But when you're down 2 in that situation, and then you're up 1 with the spawner's advantage, you can't really... It's very hard to win those fights, so... While a flashy play might always look... A flashy play doesn't win matches, as they're gonna go once again for an aggressive time. This dive, excuse me. This time it's gonna get punished. Merlin gets taken down immediately. And
yeah, Merlin's got ulted. Monarchs are gonna make this quick reset. They're not even gonna worry about it. Merlin getting shredded was really just it.
He dove in a bit too early. Rest of his team wasn't with him, but they're gonna have a reset here. They have a ton of time, 350 to cap, 58.2%, 0.1%. Not sure actually how much they have to cap, but they're gonna throw the nano onto Merlin. He's gonna dive onto the point. He's gonna try to find some kills here. This angry monkey's gonna manage to get Woolly Sheep and then Dyson. No support line here for Monarchs, but the tires are gonna come out. The tire's been huge so far this series. For whichever side is used, and it's going to get a kill in DMAC, and these back-and-forth fights are always going to favor the defense. So, no matter what kills really come through here, I would imagine Geo should be able to hold on here.
Geo need to contest RQT.
RQT gets taken down from Tilted. Tilted gets taken out from RQT, excuse me. But yeah, Empty goes down there. It's a huge loss. The bomb gets thrown in from Vepsi. It's going to find the baby Diva. Injured. RQT's going to find a kill on a Woolly Sheep. As the bomb's going to get thrown in from Tilted. It's 2 kills now from Geo onto this defense, and it's just Vepsi on point. And it may have been very back and forth, but Geo's going to manage to hold.
Yeah. It was looking like RQT was just gonna get free picks, but I mean Geo just won the actual point battle, so it didn't really matter. Both teams have been getting 2CP'd pretty hard. Let's be real.
Tilted.
That exiting kill on RQT.
I wouldn't even call it an exit kill. It's more of an opening kill. It's a great opening pick. He's needs to be careful. Merlin's going over the wrecking ball now, so trying something a bit different. A bit more survivability the wrecking ball has, so makes sense. Especially because of how these fights have gone. It's kind of just been Merlin getting shredded. RQT on the high ground now. With his Mercy Pocket, he's going to try to find some kills, but he's not going to be able to find anything other than a low health bar. They're going to go around the side here, as the Monarchs are willing to meet them. I mean, Geo's willing to meet them here. They're going to be forced to pull back, though, so the Wrecking Ball's going to come down to the point. It's going to find Blip. The low health Tracer gets taken down from the pile drive. The bombs get thrown out onto the point for both sides. As the Nano comes through onto Zexu, he's going to find the kill onto Empty, as then Pog. And then Dragon goes down from Tilted Waffles. And then RQT is going to get the DMAC. And it looks like it's going to be another hold for Geo.
Yeah, Tilted Waffles is really popping off on the Sash right now. It's really crazy. RQT is just kind of getting outclassed by him. Honestly, Edinburgh's whole DPS line is being outclassed by Geo's. And not to say Geo's tank line and support line are also really pulling their weight. This is looking like it's Geo's map to take if they play it smart. It's just really looking like their map to take. But looking at Edinburgh's ult economy, they're coming up on 2 new ults. They're coming up on Diva Bomb and Merlin's Mines. Oh, Merlin gets slipped early.
He's gonna manage to get out alive, but the Pulse Bomb in the back. It's gonna find the Ashe and the Mercy, and then Blip's gonna follow up on a Pog with the 3K. He puts his team on the back here for this defense. It's the bomb. A desperation bomb. Vepsi King has had a couple big bombs on this map, but that one's not going to be one. And it looks like they could. Geo's going to look to tie up the series here. 1-1 here. 10 seconds left for Monarchs to do something on attack. And Merlin was really the only one that could test here. Empty on the side. It's going to be able to tag onto the point. And they're going to be able to stall for a bit. But just because of how well Geo's been playing here on this defense, I don't think Monarchs are really going to be able to do anything. Merlin is here on the Wrecking Ball. He's going to drop the mines. If he can get a couple kills, this could be winnable. He's going to manage to get one. And some good chip damage onto his Xu, but he's going to pop the Primal, so gets all mitigated. Merlin on point with this Wrecking Ball, just trying to stall for as long as he can. Merlin gets taken down. Just the Mercy and Empty here on the point. Dragon goes down. The sleep onto RQT as he finds one, but then gets taken down. Pog's going to return on this Lucio, though, so he manages to get back in time, but Dyson's going to take down one, then Zexu's going to take out the other, and map 2 goes to a geometric.
That's one thing about 2CP is if you're an attacker and you lose 1 or 2 teammates, that's it, man. You're just going to get 2CP'd into a corner. You really need all 6. And, I mean, Geo looked really clean. Blip was really popping off there on that final defense. Geo just looked really good. Prince Xu was getting really good timed engages. They were looking like just the most solid team. Tilted Waffle, man. Dude was popping. Yeah, Geo won.
Yeah.
Map 2 goes to way to Geo. We're going to tie it up 1-1 here in the series. Monarchs look like they should have been able to take that map. They put up a great defense. They had their win condition, but Geo just was relentless on that defense and did an even better performance than Monarchs to help tie up the series. And I'm just wondering if we're going to see anything different. We've seen some very... we've basically seen mirror comps on each map from each side, or comps that have the same goal in mind. So I'm just wondering if we'll see any variation. Of course, there has been a small Roadhog buff recently. Maybe you see a bit of Roadhog. Maybe we see a bit of McCree. I think McCree is currently better than Ash. I think I'm alone in that camp, but I do think McCree can get more value than Ash in a lot of situations. So just wondering what changes they're going to make going into this third map, which is going to be a hybrid.
If you are Geo, you need to be expecting RQT on Pharah. It seems to be Monarchs just. Honestly, I'm going to be real. It seems like Monarchs really thrive the best when RQT is on the Pharah getting picks.
Yeah.
Geo are definitely 100% expecting it, and if I get the feeling they're just going to keep throwing Tilted Waffle on Ash, and he's just going to keep taking shots at RQT, and it really just comes down to, can Empty get a pick on Tilted Waffle, or can RQT get the pick? But besides that, I mean, Monarchs really aren't doing anything that is trying to innovate on their own comps. Like, RQT's maybe making the swap to Ash and Tracer and Doom, but they're really just sticking to this Pharah, and at this rate, Geometrics are just going to adapt. And, I mean, Monarchs are just going to get rolled if they can't really have RQT flex onto these other heroes and get value. So they need to start be thinking about, maybe not running RQT on Pharah, but I mean, now we're on King's Row. This is a you could argue this is a Pharah map, so you could say it is.
I think throughout these first two maps, even the one that Geometric lost, it looked like Geo were the better coordinated team. They had they played better fundamental Overwatch, while Monarchs were relying a bit more on their individual skill to get by in these team fights. So I'm just wondering if that's a trend that we're going to see continuing on in the series. If it's just, can Monarch's individual skill output enough damage to just take down the kind of well-oiled machine that has been Geometric?
Yeah, Geo's dives, are insanely clean, but I'm excited to just watch the Brawl v Brawl. That's going to be fun to watch. It's not really something you get to see much. And honestly, I think the Merlin versus Prince Zexu Reinhardt head-to-head is really fun to watch, because both of them are stellar Reinhardts. So this map will be very exciting, to say the least.
So we're having a bit of some technical difficulties on the stream, so we're going to have to get a restart on the stream. Hope to get it back up very quickly. Just get back into the game. We can fix the bit of the stream issues we have and hop into our third map of today's match between Geometric and Monarchs. Once again, I'm Joe Razor, joined here by Abraxas. And we hope that we can continue to have what I would say has been a very good series. It's been a good series, but there has been the obvious better team. Even though it is 1-1, I think watching this game, everybody can say Geometric is the better team.
I mean, Geo look good compared to Monarchs, but I wouldn't say that Geo are overwhelmingly better. I feel like Monarchs are putting up a really good fight. I just kind of feel like Monarchs are getting pretty repetitive in the RQT Pharah, and Geo are realizing that, and they're just going to play to shut down RQT. And I mean, Tilted Waffle is doing an amazing job at that, by the way.
I wonder, in some of their pre-match scrims preparing for this game, they noticed some teams were opting to run the Pharah, so maybe they worked on creating some counter comps and really making sure Tilted was ready to take on what is a very large responsibility in taking down this Pharah. Because as the hit scan for your team, you're saying, I know I can take down their biggest threat. And you put so much trust into that player. So maybe they have just worked with Tilted to make sure that he's prepared for this situation and is kind of ready to take on probably the biggest role in the team. Is going to get ready here. We're going to see Ryan Zarya from both sides. Looks like Empty's going to be opting for the Widowmaker at first. Most likely will swap off, just probably looking for an opening pick. Not gonna be able to find anything. Wonder what he's gonna switch over to. He's gonna switch over to the Reaper. So we're gonna see Reaper Pharah. They've ran this a couple times. I've never really been a big fan of it.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's definitely gonna work here. There's not like an enemy Pharah, but
It's gonna be a very aggressive push coming through from Geo. They're gonna manage to get one kill before Churd gets traded out. So it's a 1-for-1, and the trade on Merlin. So they take a very aggressive push, but it looks like it might have been a bit too aggressive as they're down one here for this fight, and that's the kill onto Zexu, and that's a one-player advantage now as they're just gonna collapse on the remaining targets. And Cap Point A, very patient play coming out here from Monarchs to help secure this first point.
yeah, I mean, Blip getting that pick, or Blip getting picks on Merlin, it kind of looked like it was definitely Geo's defense to have, but Monarchs just pulling it back when they needed to, and Monarchs just pushing up, taking the space as they probably should be doing, and RQT. Yeah, they're looking to mirror RQT on Pharah.
I think this is the right move. You can put so much more pressure on the tanks, and if Blip wants to take the Pharah 1v1 in the sky, that's
Waffle.
a good shot from Waffle to take down RQT. And then Blip's going to follow up. So very good mid-map adjustment to change up your comp to kind of counter what Monarchs were running here. So the flexibility from Geo has been put on full display here during this map.
Yeah, without a doubt. I kind of feel like RQT's Pharah is really going to get hard countered here by Tilted Waffle. He's just going to shoot at him. And on top of that, Blip is also on this Pharah, so he's just going to pressure the tank line. Monarchs they're probably feeling pretty stressed right now. But I mean, they're coming up on nearly 6. Monarchs have all 6 ults, and so does Geo are coming up on 5. Blip is probably going to charge up this bar barrage, but it doesn't even matter.
RPG got stuck on the wall there as they're going to manage to take him down. Then a good anti-nade.
Oh, huge shatter from Prince Zexu.
Everything up. And that's going to be another fight win. They're going to use 2 ults there, and 2 of the fastest charging ults they have. So very good opening pick to catch RQT out of position and get the fight win.
Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about that nano. I mean, they were looking to clean up that fight, but they probably could have done it without it. And I mean, now Monarchs have 5 ults compared to Geo's 3 or 4, excuse me. I mean, Geo need to be looking for this Pharah barrage grab combo earlier than Monarchs if they want to win the fight, and vice versa. And that's exactly what.
Far back looks like he was to isolate this pick onto Tilted. The barrage finds 3, but then the barrage from RQT finds 2 as well. Tilted's gonna find 2 at the bomb. So some huge DPS ults come out from both sides, but it looks like in the end, Geo's going to manage to get the fight win somehow, some way.
That was really just who can pop their 6 ults more and get more value. But comparing Geo to Monarchs right now, Monarchs have both tank ults. Geo has no ults. So this is looking like Monarchs' fight to win.
Because of where the card is and where the spawns are for each side, Monarchs are going to be able to get some free cart push as well. So they're going to have to fall back to this corner. They're not going to be able to hold in this very powerful doorway here. Good anti-nade on the Merlin, though. See if they can capitalize on their push aggressive. RQT gets taken down instead, however, but that's still good for the Geo defense. Tilted's going to find 2 kills now. As it looks like, barring a miracle, this should be another fight win for Geo. It just looks so good on this Pharah Ashe comp.
Dason is the unsung hero of Geo. He is getting such insane nades, man. Feels like I'm watching Anju Pays back from the Platchet days. I mean, Blip saying it himself. Dason MVP. Yeah, Dason is hitting these fatty nades and really clutching up a lot of these team fights. Dason is nuts.
At nades, he's hitting a high value target. He's waiting out bubbles. He's just making some good decision making on when he uses his nades, as well as Empty and RQT is going to kind of switch things up as they're going to switch over to this Reaper Ashe. So no more
Or
far
Ash.
here, as a good shot from Empty is going to take down Blip, and then Churd gets taken down as well, so they change up their comp, they get a couple kills off of it, the Shatter gets dropped, it's going to hit a couple as the Barrage gets dropped in the back and finds one, make that two, before getting taken down, the Bob on point's going to cause some issues for this Monarchs attack, the Shatter gets dropped, Merlin's not going down without a fight, as they're going to manage to get the kills. It looked like all hope was lost, but then the Shatter clutches it up for the Monarch.
Yeah, really scrappy fight. Merlin just cleaning it up with that Shatter. I mean, coming into this, neither team really has ults. Geo has Grab and Nano coming up, and all Monarchs have to counter it really is beat, so it's probably looking to be Geos to win. Or Monarchs. No, yeah, Geos to win, sorry. I confused them already. I was like, oh.
Ooh, good drop.
That pick on Zexu, that might...
Immediately following that, they're gonna nano tilt it. Okay, bit of a questionable nano for Dyson. He's been playing very well, but his nanos have been a bit questionable. As for that fight, Blip has switched over to the Reaper as well, so they're gonna abandon the Far here on this defense. So we're gonna see mirror comps. I just realized from each side, minus the Ana instead of the Moira. So maybe Dyson's just a bit more comfortable on the Ana.
I feel like Ana, honestly, is probably going to get more value. Just keeping the tank line up and does perfect.
It's going to hit two players, and the B gets dropped. No kills. Good anti-nade's going to hit one player. It's going to force him to pull back, but the immediate follow-up aggression is going to allow him to get two kills. The bomb's going to get thrown out for both sides. And it looks like this may be a full map cap. If they can cap it over a minute. Okay, so nobody's going to be able to touch. It's the Shatter in the doorway. Somebody managed to touch somehow, some way. I'm not sure how that happened. They're going to manage to still get the kills, however. Blip does trade out. Blip goes down immediately to RQT, though, as T's just going to clean up for his team. Tilden's going to manage to get one kill. As the players are coming back, that Boop almost sends RQT off this side. That would have been massive to get anti-nade from Dyson. Going to allow them to get the kills. They're going to hold on to this.
Geo pulling it back when they need to most. It's looking like it was all Monarchs there, and Geo just said, whatever, man, we're just going to defend. I mean, I was really looking like the Monarchs was going to steamroll that final point, but nope. Really shout out to Tilted Waffle. I mean, we're talking about MVPs and Dyson. We need to talk about MVPs and Tilted Waffle. He's crazy. Always fragging out.
Anybody on the court, that craft might keep them from doing it. They're gonna manage to get the touches. The B gets dropped, and then the Death Blossom in the back's gonna find two kills. It looks like this defense is all geometric. The pulse bomb comes through to clean things up, and they're gonna hold right outside of point C.
Really nice defense there at the end from Geo. Really good defense. Blip and Tilted Waffle showing up when needed.
Yeah. Some great DPS play from Geometrics in that last fight to ensure their defense. I think throughout this map, it's just been a lot of these very close fights have just been from some good DPS ults from both sides. These DPS players on both sides have just been very good this map so far. So, wonder if they can keep it up throughout the rest of the series here. As Geometric now, if they're win condition, they need to practically cap the entire map if they want to take the 2-1 series lead.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, Geo looked really solid. Geo's coordination is really good in some points, or in some team fights. In other fights, Geo just kind of looked like a chicken with its head cut off. They're so confusing. But besides that, I mean, Prince Zexu is crazy. Geo's whole roster is so good. It's crazy. Dyson, man, please someone put this man in MVP already.
It's been playing out of his mind. Like, he's had so many great nades. And look, that speaking is going to switch over to the Diva to try to eat some of these nades.
As they should be. I mean, Dyson is really shutting down Merlin early with these nades. He's shutting down their whole team. Because when you get purple, you can't really push in.
Yeah, and
so
this there's going to be so much responsibility for Vepsi King as well. I was going to say to try to neutralize his far, but Empty's going to do that for him. As no res is going to be available due to the fact where Tilted died. Tilted's going to go over to the Widowmaker. So we're going to see the Widowmaker here on this attack. Oh, good anti-nade though from Pog. May buy them a kill. Truth's going to manage to stay alive though. The shot from Tilted Waffle is going to take down Merlin. They're going to res it immediately, but immediately after the res, the Mercy goes down. It's some good kills from the defense. May allow them to hold this. This off angle from Tilted though. He's going to find one. Doesn't even find anything else here. He's going to fall back towards the rest of his team. Take this high ground position. Looking for the shot. He's not able to find the shot quite yet as Woolly Sheep gets taken down immediately. The Nano comes through as the Shatter gets dropped and it's going to hit two. This should just be the fight win for the defense of the Monarch. And it's been just...
That was looking like it was all Gia, though. I mean, Tilted Waffle, he's getting shots off on this Widow, but I don't know if they're really obtaining the value they want from it. And now they're popping eyes, or sights, excuse me. But I don't think Tilted needs to be getting consistent picks to really garner the value they're looking for on this Widow, and I don't think it is.
Oh, the Shatter! What
the Shatter from Prince Zexu, man.
The Shatter find two players. They're going to get one kill off the back of it. The Vespi King's going to find the kill onto Zexu. The good anti-nade from Dason. It's not going to find any. It's not going to allow them to find any kills. However, it's just cleaning up now. As RQT's going to find a bunch of kills on the cleanup. Tilted should switch over to the McCree. I think McCree's the right pick here. I'm gonna go May. Okay.
They're really looking. They're probably just looking to wall off Merlin when he gets over aggressive and melt him.
Yeah.
Dason going on that off angle with that nade. And see, yeah, that wall was pretty good there. They're just gonna punish Merlin. There's no way they don't.
But Zexu can't stay alive forever, as Empty's gonna hit the.
But they don't notice. Yeah, Blip wrapped around through Motel and just got some shots off. That could have been terrible, but luckily Monarchs figured it out quickly and shut him down.
Yeah, the bomb got thrown in from him. He didn't really do much.
Joe have 3 ults coming in here. But if...
That's a great grab. The Maywall's there to allow the pin to come through, and then the Blossom gets dropped. It took a while for them to figure out what they needed to cap. Turns out that it was 3 ults. Those 3 ults were enough. So they're going to cap with 45 seconds left on the clock. Of course, they are going to get the, if I'm not mistaken, 2.5 minutes added.
They should. And all it took for Gio to win that fight was basically every ult in their bank. Yeah, they got 2.5 minutes from it. So they have 3 minutes to push it through Streets phase. They're should probably be pretty comfortable.
Oh, good Maywall. They should be able to take Merlin out in there. Yeah, they take him out. Good Maywall. So this Streets phase here is very good for the May as Dragon's going to get taken down while trying to go for this res.
That was a questionable res. They were pushing up on them.
If he doesn't go for the res, they can keep... Oh. That res...
Yeah.
That
res kind of screwed them over. Yeah, it really did.
You cut out so much healing there, and then RQT gets 2 kills there. But there's just nobody left for Monarchs on this D.
I feel like this D.Va pick is really working out well for them. I'm not gonna lie, I was really confused with it at first because I knew they were probably looking to eat the nades, but I feel like now it's working out pretty well. But it comes down to can Tilted Waffle.
The Shatter! It hits multiple players, and the Blizzard on top is gonna freeze everybody up. Sorry for cutting you off there, but the Shatter caught my attention as they're gonna cap Streets.
Crazy good Shatter. Really getting it when they need to. Now Vespi King goes over to the Zarya pick, and they go. Yeah, they're running more traditional Brawl to mirror. If they get off this Ana, now Dason's got to be like, ooh, start hitting these huge nades again.
Jason hit a great nade last fight. hit 3 players. This Zexu's going to get taken down early, and they're just going to speed on top of them. Pog gets taken down, but an early kill onto Zexu is going to buy them so much space, and they're going to be able to hold basically wherever they want now.
But let's really compare ult economies here. Geo are coming up on Grav, Death Blossom, and Nano. They can Nano either of these people, or they can Nano print Zexu and charge up a Shatter. Oh, huge purple.
Yeah, it's going to force a lot of cooldowns, but this bomb's going to cause some issues. It gets booped into the well.
They throw Nano onto Blip. That was interesting.
Just get sent.
Merlin's got the Shatter. He's got, yeah, huge Shatter. He gets 4.
I missed the 2 other players. I only saw the 2 as the Blossoms come out from both sides. RQT finds 4. Make that 5. Give him the 6K.
Team kill.
RQT does it all by himself. 6 kills for him in that fight.
Ooh, just puts the team on his back. Blip tried, but it mattered not. And looking at ult economies, it's all Monarchs are really going to have to work with this next fight is Coalescence. They'll probably charge up Beat and Grav at the start to middle of the fight. Yeah, Pog pops his Coalescence early.
Yeah, they're going to pop Coalescence early, try to take down Zexu. Looks like he's going to be able to make it out alive. He has the Shattered, he drops it. He hits 2, but the Beat's there to keep everybody else up. The Grav comes through, it's going to hit up 3 players. They're going to drop on top. The Beat comes in just in time to keep Churn alive. The Shatter comes through, it's going to hit 4. The Grav's not going to... It's going to limit the follow-up that can come through as Zexu gets taken down, but then Churn comes down as well. 60 seconds remaining now for this geometric attack.
Geo really invested into that fight, hoping to win it. But, I mean, the next fight, Geo can just Nano Bob. And looking at Monarchs, ulticonning, Monarchs really have nothing. They're probably going to get Death Blossom soon, and RQT is probably just going to do what he's been doing and just TP into the back line and hopefully get a pick off on Woolly Sheep or Dason, but...
Ooh, good boop, though. Gets booped to the side. A boop from Dragon that's going to push him into this awkward position. So they basically use their only 2 ults and get no value.
Yeah, they committed 2 ults only for it to be shut down that easily. Yeah, RQT TP's into the back line.
The Death Blossom gets dropped. It's going to find 3. Death Blossoms have been so huge for RQT as 5 seconds left now. And it looks like that's going to be it. Monarchs are going to go up 2-1 here in the series.
Crazy good play from RQT coming out on Monarchs. Insanely good clutch potential when they needed it most. Man, RQT is just TPing into the back line and popping this Death Blossom literally every single fight. And I mean, it still feels like Geo aren't expecting it every single time.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's been kind of awkward, some of their decision making, but that's gonna be it for our 3rd map here. So we're gonna get ready to head into our 4th and possibly final map here of the game.
Yeah, this game has been really close. Both teams are looking really good. RQT though, I mean, he's crazy. I mean, in the Rhine v Rhine, I think Merlin sort of edges out Prince Zexu, but I don't think that's a Prince Zexu issue. I think it's a more of like Merlin's team plays around him a little bit better, and he plays way more aggro. And I'm curious to see what map pick GR are going to go on to. They have Rialto, Gibraltar, and Dorado to pick from. So I am quite curious to see which map they're going to go into. Probably to assume they probably want to stick to this brawl. So they honestly... What map are they going to go? They go Rialto.
Okay, so they're going to pick Rialto. Monarchs are going to choose defense. No surprise there. So Monarchs, once again, they're going to get there. They're going to be starting on the defense. As I think Rialto... I think the Pharah... The value from the Pharah is kind of limited here, so... The value from the Pharah is a bit more limited here. on this map. So I'm not too surprised by this map pick. Allows Tilted to get a fair amount of value from whatever hit scan he chooses to run. I also think the tank line has a lot more options. I'd usually say double shield is a good good comp, but due to a lot of the shield nerfs recently, double shield, of course, not nearly as good as it once was. As we're gonna have to have another stream restart. A bit unfortunate, but life goes on. Having a bit of technical difficulties with the stream, but it is what it is. Can't control everything here. As doesn't look like not too sure if we're gonna have any subs from either side. But this map here once again, it's gonna be Rialto. I'm Joe Razor. Abraxas is usually here. Stop doing something, so
No, I'm back. I'm back.
oh, he's back. So we're gonna have our fourth and possibly final map of the series. Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for the readies from both sides so we can hop into our next map here. Doesn't look like we're gonna have any subs from either side. So we're just gonna be rocking the same rosters that we've seen throughout the series so far.
This is RQT's map. Rialto's a good fire map, and it's a good sniper map.
I'm gonna say it's a good far map. I just think snipers are just so good on this map, it kind of can just shut down the Pharah very easily.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Geo are probably just gonna run Tilted Waffle and Ash or Widow and just shut down RQT every time he tips for anything.
I think Tilted Waffle should run Widow instead of Ash. I know I think this map is much better for Widow than King's Row. So
I don't know. That's just. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Go ahead.
It's really assuming that Tilted Waffle actually can contest RQT comfortably on the Widow. I just don't know if that's really possible for him. I feel like Ash would get way more value in the long run, especially going against Pharah like RQTs. I think Ash is the safer bet, if I'm being quite honest.
Ash is the safer bet. However, you're down 2-1 in a series with your series lives on the line. So maybe there's a point where you just have to say, okay, we have to take a risk. And maybe if your defense, they're going to be starting on the attack. So maybe your attack doesn't go too well, and you have to do something to try to keep yourself in the series. Maybe we do see Widow at that point. I think that is a point where if you don't run Widow, you're kind of making a bit of a mistake. Just because of the amount of value, possible value that can be gained from a Widowmaker, I think it's just so much higher than any other hit scan in the game right now. You're not going to be as consistent with it, but that peak potential with it is just so much higher.
Okay, Tilted Waffle is looking like instead of the Ash or the Widow, they're just going to come out on the Kree.
Okay, so a map where Ash and Widow are probably the best hit scans, you're going to run the McCree. But on King's Row, where McCree is probably... I think Ash is better, but I think McCree's better than the Widow.
Ash is better than Kree in like literally every sense. I knew McCree, it feels like he shoots in slow motion. He's just not good. It's a shame too.
Ooh, 2 early picks as Tilted and Blip go down immediately here. And good initial defense there from Monarchs to shave off Geometric.
Yeah, I mean, Monarchs are they're probably riding off the back of momentum right now. Because their King's Row looked insanely clean. It actually amazes me that on a pretty far-centric map, oh, MT just destroys Blip there, holy.
Wow. Just take it out of the sky before the fight even really starts, and then Zexu's going to get taken down from RQT. And that's another hold.
Monarchs
Hold
just...
out the corner here, which is just a very good place to hold. It's kind of hard to push up into it. And just very easy, and I would say best place to hold for this initial point A. Especially just empty, just putting so much pressure as they try to cross this bridge as well, so...
And Monarch's dive is, I mean, they're not really doing a whole lot of diving right now, but still their tank play looks really clean, and I mean, that's got to say a little bit. Now, I mean, MT is coming up on this Ash. Monarchs are closing in on nearly 6 ults. Geo really only has Nano, so that can actually bring value in.
He's going to take down
you get value.
The bomb gets thrown in from MT, try to counter the Nano. But it's going to get taken down fairly quickly as the Nano comes through onto Merlin. The bomb is going to get run up from Churn, and it's going to manage to find 1 kill there. They're going to have the 2-player advantage now. Merlin jumps off the edge.
Tactical? It was tactical. It was a tactical reset. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, the res comes through onto empty, but everybody else is just going to take it down. Maybe he got and then he tried to jump back on. Maybe he just jumped off.
Even though Monarchs lost that fight, I have got to get a shout out to Vespi King. He's insanely good at pilling for his backline when they need him. Oh, wait, they commit the bomb? They were hoping, it looks like they were hoping to get a touch in, and it just didn't happen.
And also, the bomb got thrown too high. The high ground where nobody was sitting. They're going to get the kill into Blip, which is going to give them the signal to commit the death boss zone. So they're going to hold the card in a very weird place. A place where you don't want to see the card get out to.
This will heal you.
Monarchs are probably, they're probably thinking, you know, how do we hold this? I think they're just going to hold straight on card. Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. You see a lot of teams try to hold here at the very end of point A because of how hard it is to push through this archway, so I think it makes a lot of sense. But now they're just going to pull back. They anti-nade from Dacid's going to create a ton of space from Nano onto Zexu as the Blossom gets dropped in the back and takes down Pog. As they're just going to crash onto the remaining players of Monarch. They're going to get the D-Mech onto Vespi, and the Pulse Bomb gets committed. It's going to take down Merlin, and I'd say it's a very clean and efficient fight for Geometric here with 2 minutes 50 seconds.
Yeah, Monarchs, I mean, they were holding in a questionable position, and Geo just kind of took advantage. But that was a nice shot from Empty. I don't know if anyone was spectating him. That was a clean shot. But now, I mean, Monarchs are coming in with nearly 4 ults. So they're looking to recontest this point. And they're looking to do it quickly. So they throw the Bob in.
Yeah,
and they
Bob
coalesce.
gets thrown on, immediately followed up by the Coalescence. His Church's going to throw out his bomb. He's going to take down Empty. So it's going to have the 1-player advantage here. The Bob in the back is going to find a ton of damage as they take down RQT. So it looks like they're going to be able to continue to push forward this car after they take down some of these cleanup kills here. The D-Mech comes through onto Vespi as he gets killed in the end. Merlin is going to pop Primal. It does charge very quickly, but the Death Blossom doesn't. They're going to manage to get a kill, actually, so this may be holdable. Looks like they weren't going to be able to hold anything, but the Primal buys enough time for RQT to come back with this Blossom and get the hold.
Yeah, Monarch's just bringing it back off the back of RQT getting 2 picks using his Death Blossom and Empty getting that exiting kill. And I mean, now looking at both the ult economies, really comparing them, Geo has 4 ults, and I mean, Monarchs really only have their beat to kind of weather them through this storm that will be just Geo throwing ults this next fight, or throwing ults at them. So I'm curious to see how exactly Honestly, they need to be playing to get a quick and easy dive. Yeah, they just dived onto Dason. They're probably gonna kill him here. Nope, they're just going in the merry-go-round.
Dropped in the back. It's gonna get taken down immediately though as the beam comes out from both sides. The pulse bomb didn't find any kills. As the nail's gonna come through onto Zexus, they have 60 seconds left here to cap this last couple meters they need. The bomb in the back's not gonna get any kills. It's gonna buy some space though as Vespi's not gonna be able to remake though. He's gonna get taken down while trying to remake from his self-destruct. Blip in the back to me, put a ton of pressure on the Merlin. Pulse gets popped to try to keep him alive. Turd on the point, his mech's gonna fall very low, but so is Zexu. This fight could still go either way, in all honesty, as Zexu's gonna get bullied into the corner and taken down from RQT, as Merlin's forced to pop the Primal. But 25 seconds left for this cap to come through as Empty. It's another nice shot on the Blip. To get the D-Mech onto Vespi, so this recontest looking a bit more possible. Bomb's gonna get thrown over top to get any kills. It gets 2!
Oh, it gets 2!
The bomb is massive, perfectly placed, and it also takes down Vespi off the edge. So look, and the Death Blossom gets dropped, and it's only gonna find 1 kill though. The Nano comes through onto Zexu, as the Pulse Bomb's not gonna find any kills. RQT does take down Churd as the beat gets dropped. Oh no, are they going to actually turn this? Once again, they're just going to pop these ults to stall, which allows the rest of the team to come back, and they're going to stall. See if they can take down the last stragglers from Geometric. And Monarch now have their win condition for the map, for the series.
Pog at the end there, he was just like, you know what, I guess I'll just DPS. He just played the straight DPS Moira and got all the value he wanted from it. Absolutely crazy hold from Monarchs. So many times it just looks like Geo are like, yeah, we finna cap this, and then Monarchs are like, nah, we gonna clutch up. So they're really back and forth right now, and it's so fun to watch. Because you really just don't know what's gonna happen. You really don't. I mean, I kind of want to talk about Vespi King on the D.Va. He was really doing a lot of peeling for their backline. That one bomb near the end of the fight on second, it was kind of questionable because he just kind of launched it down the street. When he could have honestly thrown it up in the air and gotten way more value. But besides that, I mean, Vespi King on this D.Va is looking really solid, peeling for the supports when needed. And I got to say, Merlin and Vespi King's dives are really good. They honestly look like a really well-oiled dive team right now. And, you know, obviously to talk about their DPS is also insanely good. And over on Geo, I mean, Prince Zexu, man, he's really stepping up when he needs to. I just kind of feel like Geo, when they really need to get these picks and they need to clutch out these fights, they just seem to not be able to. And I feel like that's an issue. But now we're just seeing the almost absolute exact mirror. The only difference is Monarchs are running the Moira Lucio compared to Geo's Ana Mercy.
I think the Ana Mercy is better here.
Yeah, I would agree. I want to say Moira Lucio would only be better if you're running Shadow Dive, if I'm being quite honest.
Yes, they're gonna commit fast to the fight as Zexu's just gonna get shredded down. Merlin was also getting shredded, but he used his jump very well just to kind of go up into the air. Take a lot less fire, as that's a good shot from Tilted though. Gonna take down Merlin. So
Tilted almost has this Bob already. It's been 30 seconds.
What?
And Tilted Bob already has Bob. There's no way.
The Bob's gonna get thrown into the back. It's just gonna put so much pressure. Blip does get taken down, but they're gonna push forward and take down Pog and the D-Mech onto Vespi. So this Bob charges up very quickly and finds some great value. Ooh, that's a great shot though. It's gonna take down Wooly, but Vespi's gonna get the Baby D.Va's gonna get taken down.
Yeah, that was crazy. Tilted Waffle charged up that Bob in like literally like 28 to 30 seconds.
Yeah, the Nano comes through onto Zexu. He's dive forward and get down the out of position. Ash, not before Tilted gets down though, but he's gonna manage to get res back up. Blip's gonna get taken down. They're gonna pop both support ultimates. Monarchs will. They're gonna push forward as the RQT takes down all the low health targets. And while it was Flash, he wasn't really. I think it may stop a recontest.
I don't think Geo are gonna be able to recontest. No, Geo will not be able to recontest. I mean, Blip gets the touch, but that means really nothing.
Touch. They're not gonna be able to get another touch.
But one thing about that is Monarchs committed both of their support ults to cap that. So they might be halted here for at least a fight or two while they charge them back up.
They could take down Tilted. Okay. Manages to get out.
Geo have nearly 5 ults. This is looking like Geo's next fight to take.
If Geo could hold in this like archway currently where Monarchs are kind of set up, and just play that corner around the stairs. It's the most powerful position to hold in Overwatch. It's kind of what we saw on the Geo's attack as the bomb gets thrown in for both sides, and the bomb from Vespi's going to manage to get the kill on the Wooly. But then a Dragon and then Pog get taken down from the DPS from Geo. So it takes, I want to say, 3 ults to win the fight there. So, well, it took a couple ults, but I think it was overall a good fight win for Geo. And they could now hold in this very advantaged position for the defense.
Yeah, Joe really committed a lot of ult set fight to win, but I mean they won. That's all that matters. And Merlin is just going on the dive pool. That was a questionable primal. He's trying to displace them obviously, but
questionable. But he's gonna push everybody back and kind of separate the team in half. So Tilted's just gonna get taken down there. The Coalescence gets popped from both sides. As Zexu gets a bit overeager, gets taken down, and then Nasa gets taken down, who is now over onto this Moira, no longer on his comfort pick, as the bomb fights too. Merlin walked out of his Winston bubble! Merlin was inside his Winston bubble, then just walked forward out of it. The bomb gets started from Vespi, and it's gonna not find any kills. The Blossom gets dropped from RQT. They're gonna find some kills, but the Blossom for Blip is bigger and it finds 3. I'm loving this Reaper meta, as Blip's gonna find 4 kills there. I think Merlin walking slightly forward out of his Winston bubble might have cost him that attack.
yeah, it really might have. I'm not going to lie. But I mean, looking at ult economy after that fight, Geo are coming up on nearly 3 new ults, along with Prince X's Primal, which they're probably just going to use to engage. Merlin jumps up onto the side ground to contest, and he doesn't really stay up there for too long, opting to let Vespi King do it.
I wonder if it's going to be a defensive or an aggressive Primal, as the Bob gets thrown in, and then the Guardian Angel comes out, as the Bob's going to manage to take down Wooly during his Mercy ult. Zexu's going to get taken down. Looks like he popped Primal and still got shredded, as Merlin's going to pop Primal, and the beat's going to come through for the Monarchs. They're going to try to push around this corner now, as the bomb's going to get thrown, and can Churn make some magic happen? No, he cannot. No kills come out of it. Matilda's going to get this shot onto empty, but not before Blip gets taken down. Vespi's going to throw in his bomb and not find any kills, however. On this cart now, it's looks like it's around the 4v5. As the DMAC comes through onto Churd, as Zexu's gonna get taken down in a very awkward position. The Blossom comes through, manages to find 1, and it looks like it's just gonna be Skull now, as they're right here next to this golden box of victory. Can anybody touch, or is this gonna be the series? Dason's gonna get the touch. It doesn't look like they knew he was on the cart for a while, which is gonna buy some time for the Wrecking Ball to come back into the fray. Good Boom's gonna push everybody away from the cart. They're gonna take down Zexu before he can even really have any impact, as the Blossom this time from Blip's not gonna find anything. 40 seconds left now for them just to push a couple meters into this box. RQT's finding all the cleanup kills. Vespi's gonna throw in the bomb. Wooly goes down. They're going to manage to recontest once again, but are they really going to have the players or the ultimates to really make anything happen is the question. On the card now, Blip's going to go down along with Dason, and then Exu on the D of the main tank. Tilted's going to go down to empty, and this looks like it's going to be it. That's a kill onto the Lucio, though.
And Churd is going to have mines.
Yeah, and they have the Coalescence as well. When are they going to drop the vines? This actually looks winnable for Geometric now. I thought this was just going to be a Monarch map win, but it looks all of a sudden winnable, as they're going to get the punch with the Blossom from RQT. He's going to find 3, and that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. The series looks like it should be over.
They can just kill Tilted Waffle, just shoot the,
Take him down, and that's going to be it.
Victory.
Monarchs going to take the win over Geometric and get their first win on the season.
Play of the game.
After those first 2 maps, I really thought we were going to see a Geometric victory, but these last 2 proved to be all Monarch. as they're just going to take the map, take the series, take the game in a very good fashion. They looked very good this game.
Yeah, for a Monarchs, looked really well coordinated that whole game. RQT really just popping off when they needed him too. Crazy stuff. Are we gonna be able to get an interview?
Yes, you are interviewing.
Nice.
Yeah, just great play from RQT. Just did so well on that Reaper, on the Pharah early on. When they were struggling, they were playing this Pharah and it looked like after that second map, they made a big adjustment and it switched over to more Reaper. And so that Reaper swap, I really think, allowed Monarchs to get the map to help finish up the series. So that's gonna be it for the gameplay, but we're gonna be trying to get an interview from Monarchs, the winning side.
Who are we going to be interviewing?
It looks like we're gonna be getting RQT.
All right.
Yeah, very good win from the Monarch.
Nice. Okay. Guess we'll be pulling in RQT if I can find them.
He just left voice chat. I'm telling him to get back in.
We have RQT here
Yes.
from the Monarchs. Great win overall.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say you did pretty good.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the win.
Mm-hmm. You know, we came in confident, and we played our A game, and we had fun all the way, all along the way. So yeah.
Nice. Your Reaper is really clutching up there.
Yeah.
Especially when it looks like y'all are gonna lose Rialto.
Yeah. Just the amount of damage you can put in, especially when you have a monkey on the enemy team, is like awesome. But
What was y'all's
no.
What was y'all's game plan going in? Like, what were y'all trying to do?
Well, we first came in initially thinking like maybe just like run fair the entire map, but once King's Row started and we lost to Novice, we swapped over to the Reaper and different composition and dominated, I guess you could say.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, y'all played really well, and I mean, your Pharah is cracked, man.
Yeah, I do practice on the hero quite a bit.
Overall, y'all looked really solid that whole game. I'm curious to know what was the especially on Anubis. It looked pretty. I mean, y'all both sides are getting 2 CP'd. Like, how do you in a situation like that? How does your team keep morale up when it feels like you're gonna win and then you lose a team fight? Like, how was your team coping on keeping morale up and stuff like that during games?
I mean, I don't know. We really don't have like a specific thing. I guess we kind of just like tell each other, I guess, to like calm down and just kind of think about it. Think about what we're doing, think about what composition we're playing, and that's really it.
Nice. Do you have any questions, Joe?
So I was wondering with this Reaper swap, had you been practicing that in the scrims, or was this more of an just on the fly decision to just be like, we're getting countered on this far, we need something else, so let's try Reaper?
I did play the Reaper quite a bit on scrims, but that was mainly on Kings, bro. I played Reaper. So yeah, I did actually play a little bit of Reaper on Rialto, but mainly on Kings Rose when I played the Reaper, but anything else, not really.
All right. Unless Braxis says anything else to add, I think it's all for the interview.
No, I don't really have much else to ask. Unless you do by chance.
Think we've covered everything. RQT, thanks for coming by.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Giving us a bit of insight.
It's much appreciated.
Yep.
And with that, if I'm not mistaken, that might be it for us.
It should be, yes.
Yeah. So it was a very good game for this opening weekend of League Zero matches. Monarchs at their first win in the league. I'm Joe Razor. I was joined here by Abraxas. And
Yes. Sorry. And hope everyone has a good night.